Doctors who aren't willing to work with me aren't good doctors.
Hi guys, it's Maggie from Mighty Girl, and today I wanted to talk to everybody about trust, and specifically, who do you trust more, doctors or other parents? In my family, we have a lot of autoimmune dysfunction, crazy stuff going on. I mean, like Crohn's disease, fibromyalgia, lupus, dental issues with your body interacting with teeth, that kind of thing. And because we have such a high percentage of problems with that, I have been very, very concerned about vaccinating. And I talked to my doctor and she said, yeah, we haven't had a lot of, we used to have parents pool things, and she said she would look into it for me, but I described our family's history and she said, yeah, I think delaying vaccination, but not withholding it is a good option in your case.
Oh God, the vaccine thing. Are we still discussing this? I thought we're done. Because they kind of proved the whole thing was nuts, right? The big study that everything else was based on was completely without merit. So let's move on. And look, I can see why parents would think that vaccines cause autism. I mean, you hear these stories and they're horrifying, but it's anecdotal and it's just not based on anything real. It's just not. And
Over the last 3 years, I've had enough medical interaction for a lifetime. My oldest daughter was born premature, and there were a lot of little problems that came along with that. And through the course of trying to figure out, the best treatments for her, I absolutely turned to parents for ideas. You can't discount the experiences of other parents and what has worked for their children. That being said, I would take those ideas and suggestions to my doctors, and then together we would figure out if it was going to work for my daughter.
Like with the swine flu, I tend to trust whoever is the alarmist one. Like, the problem with putting your kid's life on the line is nobody's going to take chances with their kid's life for theories, I was like, okay, scientists and doctors say that this could be a pandemic, it could kill a whole lot of people. So, okay, we'll try to vaccinate. And then we waited a while, couldn't find any vaccines anywhere. And then one of our caregivers' roommates came down with the swine flu. So I was like, whoa, okay, vaccinate, done. Too close to home.
I really believe that it takes a whole community effort to make decisions for, what's going to be right for your children. It's going to take, the input of your family, the input of some of your friends, and then ultimately your doctor is going to be the one that says, that's a great idea, but it's not going to work for your child because of this, or that's a great idea and it will work for your child because of that. I have found that doctors who aren't willing to work with me aren't good doctors.
There are some things that doctors just don't fully get. My son has a very limited diet, and doctors refuse to be concerned about that. Refuse, just don't see what the big deal is because he is thriving and growing. And maybe they're right that it's okay that he eats 2 foods. I happen to think it's not the best thing. But in that case, do I trust my friends more? I think I trust me in the end. I think I trust my own intuition.
You have to take everything into consideration, the opinions of parents, your spouse, and then, ultimately your doctor.
But when it comes to MMR and autism, I have to say I trust parents. I really do. Like when Jenny McCarthy is up there on Oprah, she is not the first mom that I looked into her eyes and was like, yeah, I get that you think that this is exactly what happened and you're totally afraid for the rest of our children. That's terrifying to me.
And we're going to talk about Jenny McCarthy. Well, on behalf of the parents of autistic children I know and am friends with, Jenny McCarthy can go fuck herself. Really. I can't speak for Jenny McCarthy and her child, but she's not an authority, guys. Not, sorry.
I just try to make decisions based on hedging my bets a little bit. But so with the swine flu thing, I trusted doctors and everybody else was like, whatever. They say this all the time. And then with the MMR, I have to say I trust parents, which is not particularly scientific of me. So what about you when it comes to medical decisions for your kid? Do you trust the opinions of other parents more than you trust those of the medical establishment? I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say.
Join the Momversation at momversation.com.